It's hard to beat it.
Tonight, reeling in the big ones at Strawberry Reservoir.
Plus, the greatest snow on earth provides some world-class trails.
And it's a coming out party for the perch of Yuba Reservoir.
I'm Adam Eagle.
And I'm Reese Stein.
And we're Roughin' It Outdoors.
Roughin' It Outdoors is brought to you in part by the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources, Sportsman's Warehouse, Utah State Parks, Mountains West Ranches, and by Camp Chef.
A beautiful day here at Painted Rocks, a brand new year, just a bluebird day, and what better way to start the year off with some nice big fat perch. Yeah, not a monster.
Yeah, it's 6-7 inches probably.
A cold and windy morning greeted the 100 or so anglers who descended on Yuba last week. They came in droves to try out the perch fishing and new fishing regulations, allowing anglers for the first time in 5 years to keep the first 10 perch they'd catch. It's been a long road to recovery here, and the new management plan is an attempt by the DWR to stabilize this often troublesome fishery, and they hope the 10 perch limit will help.
As far as management, we've got a couple of real main goals here. It's a walleye perch fishery. It's always and typically been a boom-bust cycle. We're trying to alleviate that or minimize those ups and downs just a little bit. And the methods we've chosen to try and accomplish that: protect the prey base and harvest the predators, the walleye.
I support it completely. I think it's innovative and it's something that's evolved over the last decade or so. This isn't something that just came up recently. This is part of a long-range plan.
Ray is with an angling group called Rocky Mountain Anglers.
The more perch are in this lake, the more forage there is for the predators. And the problem is, where we haven't taken pains to protect the perch in the past, they've gotten wiped out.
It's not to say that you're not going to have fun, you're not going to be able to enjoy your time out here. It's just a little bit different than some of the other lakes, but from a management perspective, we feel we really do need to try this and see if this will help us.
Well, anything that you can give walleye to eat is going to help the walleye fishery.
So you're all in favor of it, huh?
I'm all in favor of what the DWR is doing in all of our fisheries.
Same here.
I think that for a desert state, we've got some of the best fishing in the world.
Roger and his son James came to Yuba, and it didn't take James long to figure out the perch and the new regulations.
Another nice Yuba perch.
So tell me, how many are you able to keep?
10.
Why only 10?
Well, it's against the law and we need to save the fish.
Yeah. And another requirement to keep in mind is that through April 30th, all perch caught must be kept.
Well, this is why we can't release those fish. The air bladder expands as they come up from depth, and then when you let them go, they can't swim back down. They'll only get down so far, and then they'll end up right underneath the ice.
Almost found a better thing to do than catching perch is eating them. So we came out to try to put on a fish fry tonight. So we got to get busy.
Megan Cranebowl was busy reeling in one of the many perch headed for the family frying pan. Most were able to catch their limits in just a few hours. And the kids? Well, they found plenty of fish and fun for a great New Year's Day on Yuba Reservoir. Well, Yuba's a great place to bring the family. The limit may be only 10, but the fishing's extremely fast. Welcome back to Roughin' It Outdoors. I'm Adam Eagle. Well, we've moved from Yuba. We've come up to Strawberry, changed tactics a little bit, switched from perch to beautiful cuts. Barreling over. An army of anglers clogged the Chicken Creek parking lot looking for their first ice fishing trip to Utah's favorite trout pond.
Yeah, Strawberry for the first time, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
Snowshoes and snowmobiles were a must to carry these hardy fishermen a quarter-mile over snow drifts to the frozen lake.
What we got?
6.
Plenty, huh?
Plenty of ice for out here. Nice. Time to catch some fish.
Strawberry capped Christmas Day, but as of the first of the year, the entire lake didn't have safe ice just yet.
This is a good time, but you still want to be careful up here because all these bays aren't froze thick enough. Just out here beyond this other ice shack, it's only about 2.5 inches. So as you venture out, drill some test holes and make sure that ice is going to be thick enough to hold you.
James, owner of Maniac Custom Lures, started making his own lures in the mid-'70s. 4 years ago, he started his company, and what was once his passion soon turned into a fishy business. His favorite for ice fishing is the Maniac cutter bug, tipped with chub meat.
Put it on a jig head, and then when you have it in the water, those two halves will bounce up and down independently and give it extra action. Big cutthroats and the rainbows seem to love that. Yeah, that's a better fish. Make sure you bring a yardstick or a tape measure, something to measure them with, because you don't want to get caught with an illegal fish up here. Get him back in there.
It's just fabulous since they put that slot limit on it. You can come up here and catch, average size is 20 inches. I mean, it's hard to beat it.
Brian was having so much success catching fish while watching his fish finder, we decided to drop our underwater camera down to see what was going on 18 feet under the ice.
Adam was coaching me with the camera, telling me when the fish come up, and spring bobber dipped down a little bit and had him.
It's not too bad.
Nice.
There he goes.
Like playing a video game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it was fun. That's a good time.
Most everyone was having success today. Just ask the Bertoldi boys.
Keep pulling, pull hard. You got it. Now you got him. Good one. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Fly fishing is what we do a lot of, but when it's wintertime, it's all about the ice fishing.
They don't mind the cold, huh?
No, even fly fishermen do this stuff.
Even young Wyatt was out fishing his dad.
Nice fish.
What do you think about that, Wyatt?
Yeah.
Yeah? Another nice little cut, and like James said, don't forget to bring something up here to measure these cutthroat. You don't want to be caught in the slot limit. Let all these fish go. Time now to open up the pages of our Utah Field Guide to take another look at one of the great animals we have here in Utah. Native to much of North America east of the Rockies, the yellow perch is a relative newcomer to the waters of Utah, but is now found in many waters statewide. Easy to catch and living in large schools, this fish can provide some fast, easy action. Simply jigging a worm on a hook just off the bottom can produce many fish, making this a perfect species for the young angler. When spawning, the yellow perch is unique in that the females lay their eggs in long gelatinous strands, usually floating or hanging from vegetation or some other structure. If successful, thousands of young can be produced, and it's these young fish that provide the food base for the larger predators such as walleye, bass, or tiger muskie. For more information on the yellow perch or any other species living in Utah, check out the Utah Field Guide on the Roughin' It Outdoors webpage at KUTV.com.
Talk to him.
Getting so hot. Come on. Trying to cut himself off on the ice. Come on. Jump on out of there. He's being determined to not want to come up. Probably too cold for him. As the ice cracks right here. There we go. Nice cut.
Aren't they beautiful fish?
They sure are.
What do you like about them?
They're a bright color. Just unique. You get a little bit of a rainbow tint to them. And they have these teeth, though, that sure like to bite you with. That's one thing I don't like. But yeah, it's another beautiful cut. Put them back right in the hole if he wants to. No, he wants to stay out. Get in there. See if we can catch another one of them, huh?